a 19-year-old woman who was killed by the Nazis for burglary and breaking and entering. It's 1944. There's war everywhere in the world. The Allies are bombing Germany to smithereens, and Brunswick is rubble and ash. Erna Wazinski was 19, barely managing to survive amidst the ruins of what had once been her hometown. She had nothing remotely close to thousands of others. One night, during air raid sirens and collapsing buildings, she had entered an empty house and stolen food and a few personal belongings. To her, it was survival. To the Nazi government, it was theft, death penalty. She had been denounced. She was arrested, hastily tried, and condemned to death. Her mother pleaded for mercy. It was futile. On November 23, 1944, Erna Wazinski was taken to a death cell within a prison, and there, before the pitiless, stark machinery of Nazi justice, she was executed by beheading, a small child, to be killed because she was a thief, and took food from a vacant home wherein no one longer resided. Why? Nazi Germany was on its knees in 1944, and when dictatorship collapses, what it resorts to is the worst. It becomes brutal towards its own citizens. The Nazi regime called for obedience, terror, and total domination. They were not punishing looters only, making examples. Roland Freisler, president of the Nazi People's Court, led this sadistic judicial process. Freisler's courts didn't care about justice. They were show trials of terror. Trials lasted minutes. Verdicts were predetermined. Execution orders were signed without hesitation. Erna Wazinski's case was no different. Years later, historians uncovered disturbing details about her trial. It lasted less than an hour. Evidence that the house was abandoned was ignored. Others did the same, but Erna alone was sentenced to death. Why? Because the Nazis needed to terrorize, and terrorizing meant public executions. Even as Germany fell apart, the government still went on executing its citizens, no longer for murder, but for crimes as minor as shoplifting food. Erna Wazinski was not a criminal. She was no threat. She was a victim of a system that used terrorism as a means of maintaining itself in power. History has taught us that when fear supersedes justice, lives of the innocent are taken away. And the most frightening part, this is not a new phenomenon in Nazi Germany. Over history, oppressors have used the law as a mechanism of oppression, to muzzle, to punish, to dominate. And each time we turn a blind eye to such horror, we put ourselves in danger of repeating it. It wasn't until 1991, almost 50 years later, that the German government legally overruled Erna's guilty verdict. They acknowledged that it was unfair, but it did not matter. She was already dead. Now I have a question to ask you. Was Erna's murder about controlling her, or was there another motive involved? Should these kinds of things like this piece of history be more well known? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep these histories alive. And if you enjoyed this story, thumbs up this video and subscribe for more unreported history. Turn on notifications so you never miss an adventure through history. Until next time, remain curious and always question history.